Okay, final video, guys, I hope. So notice what we're asked to do. We're asked to solve the following equations, and the hint here is to use the matching basis technique. Now, we actually used that technique when we did E. Was it just E? Yeah, we did this in E, in the do now, where we tried to get a common base of 2 across all the numbers. We're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so when I look at this equation, on the left-hand side, I'm seeing a base of 8. And then on the right-hand side, notice that we're seeing both 32 and 2. So as you're looking at those numbers, I want you to be thinking about, okay, 8, 32, and 2. Is there a way that I could rewrite those so that they're a common base raised to a power? And we can. 8 is the same thing as 2 cubed. So technically, this can be rewritten as 2 to the third raised to the power of x plus 1. And 32 is the same thing as 2 to the fifth. And the square root of 2 is technically 2 to the 1/2. All right, so there's a way to rewrite all of these so that they're 2 raised to a power. And that's what we need to do, matching basis technique. Power to power, you want to multiply, so 3 times x plus 1. Make sure you are actually doing the distribution. This is going to become 2 to the 3x plus 3. And now on the right-hand side, when you're multiplying common bases, remember that you add the powers. So this is going to become 2 to the 5.5, or 5.5. Now, because you have the same base on both sides, we are actually allowed to cancel the bases and set their exponents equal. 3x plus 3 equals 5.5. Solving an equation, super simple from this point. Subtract 3 on both sides, we get 2.5. Divide by 3 on both sides, and 2.5 divided by 3, 2.5 divided by 3 is 5/6. Final answer for that one. Moving to the next one. Again, can we use the matching basis technique? I'm seeing a base of 2 on the left, and on the right, a base of 4. Well, I know that 4 can be rewritten as 2 to a power, so let's do it. The left-hand side can remain as is, 2 to the 3y minus 1. And on the right-hand side, so this is technically the cube root of 2 squared. Remember, you can turn radicals, or roots, into rational exponents that are fractions. So let's do it. On the right-hand side, this becomes 2 to the 2/3. Great. Just like we had in A, when you get the same base on both sides, get rid of them, set the exponents equal. 3y minus 1 equals 2/3. Solve the equation. Add 1 to both sides, so 3y equals 5/3. Divide by 3 on both sides, and we get, what is that, 5/9. Final answer. Okay? For our last one, For our last problem, what am I messing up here? Am I messing up? Oh my goodness. Oh, 5/3 divided by 3. Sorry guys, I'm just double checking my answer to make sure I'm not making silly math mistakes. Totally not. Great. Let's move to Z. All right, so with this last one, I'm seeing a base of 9. And let's see, 27. All right, so I'm thinking, is there a way I can rewrite these with a common base? And we can. 9 is the same thing as 3 squared. And that gets raised to the power of 3 minus y. And that equals 1 over, let's see, the 4th root of 3 cubed. Super. Just move this a little bit so we can see it better. Okay. All right, power to a power, multiply. This becomes 3 to the 6 minus 2y. Okay. And the right-hand side, we have 1 over, let's rewrite this as a fractional exponent. So 3 to the 3/4. Okay, now here's the thing. On the right-hand side, I need this to look like just 3 to a power so I can do what I did in A and B where I just canceled the common base. So to do that, think about this. If I turn this exponent into a negative, I can rewrite the right-hand side so that it's 3 to the negative 3/4. And now I've achieved this common base on both sides. 3 to a power equals 3 to a power. So the bases cancel and you set the powers equal. 6 minus 2y equals negative 3/4. And from there, just do your algebra, all right? So subtract 6 on both sides. So let's see, negative 3/4 minus 6 gives me negative 6.75. And then if I divide that by negative 2, y equals, what is that as a fraction? 3.375, or, oops, sorry guys, 3.375. Or if you want to turn that into a fraction, I feel like there are some people that know this trick and some people who don't. So I feel like I should probably show this. If you want to turn like 3.375, let's say you want to turn that into a fraction instead of a decimal, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the math button on your calculator. And the very first option that shows up will convert to a fraction in lowest terms. So just hit enter for that first option. It'll convert to fraction, and your fraction in lowest terms is 27/8. So we could also say that y equals 27/8 if you wanted to give the answer as a fraction in lowest terms. And that's it. That's your video. 6 minutes. Not bad. All right. I'll see you guys on Monday.